Today on Monkey Life, Alison's at Dublin Zoo to collect baby orangutan Sibu Junior, whose mum failed to take care of him.
He's absolutely gorgeous, no doubt about it. Overall, he's a very fit and healthy little boy.
The chimps get excited over warm pumpkins. But Evelyn discovers alpha male Hananya doesn't share, except with best pal Shamak.
We just try to spread it as far and wide as possible because we do have ones that like to hoard a little bit and then some that might only get 1 or 2 pieces.
And a prickly fruit treat is appreciated by the grown-up woolies, while the youngsters favour fun over food. Monkey World in Dorset, buried deep in the English countryside, is the largest sanctuary of its kind on the planet.
Hi, I'm Alison.
The team, led by Dr. Alison Cronin, rescue and rehabilitate abused and unwanted primates from all over the world.
You coming up? Good girl.
The park provides a home for more than 250 primates from 24 different species. There's an air of anticipation at the park today. Alison's preparing for a journey across the Irish Sea to Dublin. She's heading to Dublin Zoo to collect an 11-week-old baby orangutan called Sibu Junior, or SJ for short. The tiny male, named after his father, has been hand-reared by staff there since birth, because his mother, Major, was unable to feed him. It's the 3rd time she's failed to rear a newborn. So Monkey World have been on standby from early on in case their help was needed. The park's team are known across the globe for their expertise in hand-rearing and caring for rejected and orphaned baby orangutans.
He currently, as of yesterday, weighs 3 kilos only. So he's tiny. I mean, that's, 3 bags of sugar. So he is going to be very needy. Of course, orangs have a really long infancy and are very dependent upon their mothers, which is why it's so important that those female orangutans care for their babies. We'll bring him on here at the park and then try and graduate him to living inside the orang nursery, certainly during the days, until he doesn't require feeds through the night. And that's the plan. So excited to get on the road to Dublin to meet SJ.
Monkey World's knowledge and expertise is the result of years of experience.
There's a laugh, there's a laugh. Yes, you are, you're a bit of a monster. All right?
In 2005, the park became the European creche for orphaned orangutans, and with their state-of-the-art nursery, have now helped 15 infants grow and develop, learning natural orangutan skills and behaviours. Many have graduated from the nursery to other zoos and wildlife parks across Europe to successfully start families of their own.
It's a very small sample size, but something that we're very excited and proud about so far. All of our ladies who have graduated from the orangutan nursery have gone on to be excellent mothers. Every last one of them. So we're really pleased.
Sibu Junior will soon have a playmate. It seems, just like buses, when one arrives, another soon follows. Kiwi, an 11-month-old female, is being hand-reared at Rio Safari Elche in Spain, and will soon be joining SJ and the park's nursery group.
She's just a madam. I can't think of any other way to explain it. And Kiwi will come in the next couple of weeks to join sort of SJ. I think Kiwi might be ready to sort of head virtually straight into the orang nursery, even if she requires a feed later on in the evening. But it'll just be quite an amazing place for those 2 youngsters to grow up with Cayenne, Jan, Oshin, everybody in there sort of looking after them and making sure that they grow up as orangutans and understand orangutan behavior. It's clearly very critical for how they develop and what their personalities and abilities are like as adult orangutans.
But first, Alison must make the journey to Dublin Zoo to meet Sibu Junior and his carers. Then, it'll be back to Monkey World, where the hard work will begin. The primate care staff are always keen to keep the primates at the park busy and interested, providing as much variety as possible in the way of activities and food. Today, Lavar's troop of 10 woolly monkeys are having a prickly breakfast of blackberries, teasels and rosehips on the stem. They come with thorns attached.
We've got a few young ones in this group, so they don't necessarily know about all the pricks and prods that you can get. So we're just putting them in here, just to get them a bit more excited, a bit more adventurous, looking around a little bit. They have already got some in their enclosure, so just encourage them to just look around a little bit. Just not get their food from a bowl and just have a bit of fun, use their brain.
Meg is keen to challenge the group by placing the berries and rosehips in difficult-to-reach areas, encouraging them to use their long, strong tails.
So these guys have got a prehensile tail, sit in the wild in the Amazon rainforest. They'll be high up in the canopies, moving around, searching for food sources. So this is lovely to sort of encourage them to go up. Unfortunately, we're not able to get all their food up there as they would in the wild. So it's lovely to be able to put some things up there so they can get some of the sun as well and just get their tails moving.
Time to see what the troop make of it all. Leader Lavar is the first one out. At the grand old age of 34, he's the oldest male woolly monkey in Europe. But you wouldn't know it. He's still amazingly fit and agile, and after a quick check around his enclosure to make sure all is safe for his family, he starts to tuck into the juicy breakfast. The rest of the troop soon follow his lead. Woolly monkeys are primarily fruit eaters, but they also enjoy leaves, nectar and flowers, helping spread seeds throughout their habitat. Today's fruity feast offerings are all at different stages of ripeness, so they'll need to decide which berries are the tastiest or most to their liking. This group are content and settled, with a good mix of experienced individuals able to pass on their knowledge to the youngsters. Alongside Lavar are adult females Pichua, who's now 15 years old, and supermum Zingu, who, at 19 years of age, has now successfully reared 6 offspring, the latest being 7-month-old Lloyd.
He's definitely a bit of a character. He's wandering around a lot of the time. He's off mom, sort of exploring with his brothers and his cousin. So he's having a lot of fun. He's putting a lot of stuff in his mouth at the moment, a lot of the leaves and stuff like that. So this will be a bit fun for him to see which ones are sweet, which ones are sour, and he can sort of have a look and be a bit more curious and a bit more adventurous with himself.
Woolly monkeys have fleshy, padded palms that help protect them from most of the prickles. Lloyd is certainly getting stuck in, watching and learning from Mum, and then tackling the fruit himself. All the primate enclosures at the park are kept as wild as possible and have plenty of climbing apparatus and lots of foraging opportunities. Olivia is taking advantage of this by picking blackberries from one of the brambles growing naturally in the enclosure. There's plenty to keep the group occupied for the rest of the day. But for the youngsters, life isn't all about food. Having fun is just as important. One of the park's main goals is to give all their primates companionship of their own kind. Circumstances sometimes dictate this isn't possible, and alternatives have to be found. A successful example are Tamarinds Mo and Red. They share the same genus, but are totally different species. As her name suggests, Red is a red-bellied tamarin, and Mo is a cotton-topped tamarin, easily identified by the shock of white hair on her head. Today, staff member Steph is trying out a new food source for them: sunflowers.
It's something different. They've not had them before. Obviously, they're big and bright and colourful, so hopefully they'll be very interesting. Potential food if they eat the hearts in the middle of the sunflowers. And it's just something to make their environment a little bit different, something new to explore.
Red arrived 3 years ago under tragic circumstances. She was found abandoned in a flat in Wales. Once at Monkey World, she was paired with Mo. Mostly they get on well together, but mealtimes can be fractious, probably because of Red's background.
She was found pretty much starving, no real food in her enclosure, and because of that can be a little tense sometimes. Red gets very screamy and desperate, overfeeds, and Mo then feels the need to sort of chase her off and make her stop.
Steph distributes the large bright flowers around their enclosure, but she's not sure how they'll react.
I'm not 100% sure if they'll recognise them as a food source, so there might not be any competition in that respect. So we'll have to see how they do, but whenever we put anything in for these guys, it's important to spread it around and put multiple things in so that no one's going to squabble over a single item.
Steph's done her part, but the tamarin pair aren't budging.
Red, Mo? Come and have a look now.
They need some gentle encouragement.
Hello, beautiful. You got stuff out here?
After some reassuring words, Mo is the first into the enclosure.
You come and see. You got some tasty stuff.
Followed a short time after by Red. They're not sure what to make of the bright yellow flowers. Mo is first to take a closer look. The sunflowers are large, but the tamarins are perfectly adapted to tackle them, if they feel inclined.
They have got very long, claw-like fingernails, and those are really, really handy to help sort of tear and rip things apart, so hopefully that will help them getting the sort of seeds out and things. They do lack the opposable thumb that a lot of the other primates will have, so that makes manipulating objects sometimes a little bit more tricky, but at least with those nice hooked claws, that should allow them to rip out the insides of the sunflowers if they feel like doing that.
Tamarins also have excellent colour vision and depth perception, perfect for hunting insects, which seems to be their preference today. They may not have worked out yet that the sunflowers are there to be eaten. Meanwhile, the sunshine and their curiosity have lured them outside, and the flowers will be left in situ for a few days. Perhaps insects landing on the flower heads will eventually encourage the tamarins to try them. It's a cold and frosty morning, but the sun is shining, and at Hananya's chimp enclosure, the group of 18 are outside making the most of it. They're a hardy bunch who love to be outdoors, although some, like Patricia, choose to wrap up against the cold. A warming treat could be just the thing to help ward off the chill of the day. Primate care staff member Emma has cooked up some pumpkins, and the troop are waiting in anticipation.
So these guys are getting a little bit excited and a little bit noisy because we are about to give them a nice feed of fresh cooked pumpkin, and they've got a little bit of onion in there as well. The pumpkin was amazingly donated to us, so it's a nice treat for them. It's something they don't get very often, and the fact that we can have it cooked means that they can have it nice and warm as well, so when they've got a frosty morning like today, it can just help them out, warm them up a little bit and make them feel a little bit good.
There's plenty to go around. The food is distributed from 2 towers to make sure everyone gets some, including the low rankers.
Good girl. Zainab! Oh, try again.
However, when Hananya is around, it's not always easy to grab a share.
These guys are quite good at knowing their names, so sometimes you can shout out and they'll understand that you're throwing it towards them. But yeah, we just try to spread it as far and wide as possible because we do have ones that, as you'll see, like to hoard a little bit, and then some that might only get 1 or 2 pieces.
Throwing out high-value food items at mealtimes is helpful at monitoring how the group are doing.
Good girl, Cherry.
There are 18 members of the troop, all with different personalities, and each with their own position in the hierarchy. It's led by Hananya, the dominant male, who's grown into his role over the years. He's ably backed up by other males like Simon. The dominant female is Johnny, a big, strong individual who's not afraid to throw her weight around to get what she wants, especially at mealtimes. Some of the lower rankers must wait their turn when it comes to food. Today, Zeynep has missed out on the pumpkin, but she's gathered plenty of raw onion instead. Canny Patricia sits somewhere in the middle of the hierarchy, and yet still manages to grab whatever food she wants. She's a savvy chimp who always has a plan at mealtimes. Evelyn approaches Hananya in the hope he'll give up a little piece of pumpkin. She's out of luck, but his best and oldest friend Shamak is looked on more favourably. The pair were rescued together from Israel in 1996. They were smuggled from the wild for the illegal pet trade and have been extremely close ever since. Fortune also smiles on Hananya's daughter Thelma when it comes to mealtimes. Her position means very few will try to steal from her. Emma has tried her best to make sure everyone has something to eat.
So then we'll find that any low rankers that didn't get very much of the pumpkin should hopefully get a decent amount of the onion, so they'll still get a decent bit of feed. We try to give them 2 different feeds at once because they can be quite picky, and if it is a really nice high-value feed, the bigger ones are going to try and hoard it.
Hananya's chimp troop is the largest of the 4 at Monkey World. And like all chimp groups, there are occasional squabbles.
It can be high tension at points, but they tend to get through it really well. And I've heard it said before that 50% of chimp life is fighting and the other half is making up. And it's very, very accurate with these guys. So half the time they're squabbling with each other and the other half of the time they're kissing, making up, grooming, cuddling. So it's a nice sort of natural system for them to go through. And the fact that their hierarchy can change is quite nice and natural for them as well.
With breakfast done, time for some to burn it off. And for others, like Thelma, to just relax and enjoy the sunshine. After a trip across the Irish Sea, Alison has finally arrived at her destination, Dublin Zoo. The journey involved a lengthy drive from Dorset to Holyhead, followed by a 5-hour ferry journey. But there's no time to rest. She's come to collect 2-month-old Sibu Junior, an infant male orangutan rejected by his mother and subsequently hand-reared by the staff at the zoo. Dublin Zoo director Christoph Schweitzer is on hand to welcome Alison.
Oh, Christoph.
Hi, Alison.
Really good to see you again.
Very nice to see you
it's
again,
been too
Alison.
long.
Welcome to Dublin Zoo. It's been a while, hasn't
Yeah.
it?
Dublin Zoo is one of the oldest in Europe, first opening its doors to the public in 1840. Today, it's utterly transformed, spanning 28 hectares and attracting more than 1 million visitors a year. There's a diverse range of animals, but Alison's interest is the zoo's group of orangutans.
So is this the orang?
Yeah, that's the orangutan island over there with the artificial trees.
And one particular individual.
And the baby? Where is he living?
He is actually living in our guest apartment, believe it or not. So the team is looking after him well day and night, and because we thought, right, you know, rather than taking him off-site at night, let's keep him here and bring the team in, which works a lot better. And he is, I can report, he is healthy. He is
Nice one.
very well. He does what a little orangutan needs to do at that age. We've assessed him with our vets, and we have a very nice little animal to
Drink,
give over to you.
poop, and sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty
Yeah,
much,
nappy changing, feeding. He's actually good. You know, he sleeps through quite a few hours now at night. Not every night, but many nights. So really not too bad. And we love him, of course.
When Monsieur, Sibu's mum, gave birth, she held the infant, but never close enough to her breast for him to suckle. It left the team at Dublin Zoo with no choice.
When she then started putting the little one up on her head, you know, still holding him too high, we said, really sorry, but we had to take him away.
Yeah.
We've reared him so far, but actually we know he's going to where he needs to be.
Everybody coming together
Yes.
for the one reason, for the health and welfare of these babies.
And that's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? You know, and that's the raison d'être that we all have, and that's what we are here for. Ultimately, it's for the benefit of the population, but also of the individual.
Yeah.
Alison is keen to have her first look at the infant, and straight away she's hands-on.
He's absolutely gorgeous, no doubt about it. He's now at 2 months old, teething. So we've got, I know, we're talking about you. We've got his lower canine teeth, it feels like to me when he chews on my fingers, starting to push through the gums. He's biting down quite hard. And just like human babies, that makes him a little bit fidgety, grizzly, unhappy. Also can make their nappies really sort of loose and nasty as well. But overall, yeah, you can see he's just chewing on everything right now. Overall, he's a very fit and healthy little boy. So they've done a nice job.
Sibu will need 24/7 care and attention from the primate care staff at Monkey World for the next few months.
The one thing that's unique in the limited time that I've gotten to know SJ, he's a very noisy eater. Such a good boy. You just guzzle that down. Good boy.
Alison is going to spend the next 2 days learning all she can from the staff at Dublin Zoo about Sibu's habits and character, and gathering information about his family background.
Nobody likes the cat. I know.
Then, the tiny infant can begin his journey across the sea to a new life with youngsters of his own kind in Dorset. Next time on Monkey Life. Emotional goodbyes at Dublin Zoo as baby orangutan Sibu Junior sets off with Alison for a new home at Monkey World.
One last stop, Dublin Ferry Terminal.
And with breakfast all boxed up, the Gwenon family get busy.